In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make and apply this car decal for disaster relief or maybe some other organization you work with, as well as things for your PPE or personal protection equipment. May it be hard hats or coolers and other equipment that you may be taking with you on these types of projects. The vinyl I'm using is by Arteza. It's only 57 cents a sheet with free shipping. I'll tell you more about that at the end.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these from scratch yourself and how to add the lettering onto the hat. I did several here because our organization knows what DRC and LDC acronyms stand for, but not everybody does. So on my vehicle, I'm going to put one that says disaster relief. Okay, let me show you where I found the hard hat file. I did not design this one. Rather, I found it on this Etsy store. And here it's called Construction Hat Number 2 SVG. The store's name is Designesque. So all you would do is add this to your cart, buy it, and download the digital file and import it into your Cricut design space. Now, what I did with this seller is I also clicked on their name to find out what their shop policies are. So when I scroll all the way down, she has a frequently asked questions section, and it says, can these designs be used for commercial purposes? Yes. All of our designs can be used by you for commercial use and can be used on items that you plan to sell. The only thing we do not allow is to resell these items in digital format. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make this in digital format from her file, but I will not be able to provide this digital download for you. If this is too complicated and you want to buy one of these decals from me, that I am allowed to sell to you. So the physical decals, I'll put the link below. I will be selling those on my website if you want to order one from me, and I'll cut it out and mail it to you so that you can add it to your car or your cooler or your PPE. All right, well, let's show you how you can do this all by yourself. So you're going to click upload, and right here you'll click on upload image. That will open your file explorer, and you can go find where you saved that file and upload it as a cut image into your Cricut design space. So here I have it right here, and I'm going to click insert images. So you can see it comes in pretty big, and I definitely don't need it to be 11 inches. I find for my car and my cooler, I want one that's about 5 inches wide, and that automatically resizes it to 4.332 in height. So you can see that's the height that I have here. Now, if you want the imported image, say you're bringing in several of these and you want all of these to be cut from the same sheet of vinyl, you can do that. I'm going to click on this black hat. I'm going to click on color, and you'll see I have two material colors. I have the yellow and I have the black. So I'm going to click on yellow, and that automatically makes that hat the right color. Now the reason why black is on here is I also have my name. So I like to layer it like that. I'm going to put this combination on my car. So ultimately, I'm probably cutting out my hats from white vinyl because most of our volunteers wear white hard hats. So I just have it in yellow on here so that you can see it easier as I'm showing it on the video. A separate color, and I just used a different font and then merged them all together, welded them all together, is I did my name. And if you want to see how to do your name and import it from a file like Canva, a program or app like Canva, I'll link that below, and I'll also put a card right here to link my video because it makes life so much easier to just import the entire item already all put together instead of having to weld it in Cricut. All right, so how to put letters on a hat like this. So let's bring this one down, and we'll say add text, and we're going to do the same text here, LDC. All right. I'm going to bring that down to this hat down here. And I want it to match the angle. So I just bring it here so I can kind of see how it's doing. All right. And there we can see that's a good angle for it. But I found a different font that I want to use for it. So I'm going to double click on this. And it's kind of a fun font. It's in my system. I downloaded it from a website and it starts with AR. I forgot the name of the website that I got this from. But the font is called AR. Let's go to this one. Yes, that was it. So I have a free font on my machine called AR Christie. If you're looking for that and you don't have it on your machine, just do a Google search and you'll find where you can download that free font. All right, so that goes on the hat just like so. Then I'm going to highlight both items together and I'm going to click down here on the word slice. What that does is it cuts these letters out of the hat. So there's my original file, and here's the sliced piece. Now I like to keep my sliced piece. I'm going to delete this one because that would be a different color vinyl. I like to keep this sliced piece because I know on like my cooler, there's more than one side to the cooler. And I don't necessarily want a huge hat on every single side of my cooler, but I thought it would be fun to at least have the LDC letters. So I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times. Just hit right click and duplicate, right click and duplicate. That way I can label all sides of my cooler if I want to. All right, so now you'll see all the different ways that you can add any type of font that you want and just slice your letters out of the hat. Then you can come in here and also add your name piece to decide how you want to add that name onto your item as well. So let's go cut this out. Now it is important to note that with this letter D, with the R, and especially with this one, with the middle of the A and the E's, it's very important to use transfer tape with this vinyl. You won't be able to just use it as a plain sticker because otherwise you're going to be missing all of the centers of these letters. So make sure you transfer this with your vinyl transfer tape. I'll show you what I mean coming up. Before I cut the file out, I always make sure to hit save because every now and then it will glitch on me between the part from going from my project to when I click make it. And if my computer freezes or the internet goes down or anything, then I've lost all the work that I've done in here. So make sure to click that save button before you click make it.
Make sure to either turn your dial to the vinyl setting or do it in the customized menu within your Cricut Design Space software. So in this particular case, since I cut it all out as one sheet, I'm going to peel back from one corner and I'm going to peel the entire sheet since I made multiples of this item. Now if you find that it's getting too cumbersome and too big, then you can go in and trim it with your scissors, because you never want all of this sticky mess to fall onto your project and cause you a bigger disaster. So now for the individual hats, I have letters, individual letters that I'm going to cut out of those. So from this point, this is where I'll take the sheet off of my Cricut mat, and I'm going to cut these down into individual pieces. Okay, so this is an example. The D has a middle part of the letter that you're going to want to stay in your design. So at this point, white on white doesn't look like very much, but when you get this on the car, you'll really see the difference. So the next thing I make sure to do is cut out some paper transfer tape. This one I bought on Amazon. I'll link it below. It's my absolute favorite. I really like this paper transfer tape better than the plastic transfer tapes. Now this is going to be our most intricate design right here to transfer, because we have a D, an A, and 3 centers for the E's. So we want to make sure that this transfer tape is down really good. So I cut it to be just about the size of my project, because the edges of this project are not too detailed. So I separate the backing, and my transfer tape with the lines is going to go right on top. The lines are not super important in this particular case. The main thing is you just want to make sure your entire project is covered, especially where these little letters are. That's where you're really going to want to press down and burnish the hardest, so that you can make sure you don't miss that middle of the D or the A or any of these E's. Usually our problem is the letter I, but in this case, since we're doing the reverse of these letters, we don't have to worry about the center of the I. Now you'll see mine does hang off the edge of this transfer tape a little bit, but that's okay because it still has the backing right here. So it actually makes it a little bit easier to release the backing when I have it like that. Now, as soon as I get to the words is when I really want to slow down to make sure I really have the words on my transfer tape. There's the first E, there's the second E, here's the A, and another E, and the R, and the D. Okay. So now with this piece right here, it is ready to be transferred onto my vehicle. So this side is the side that's going to go on the glass, and this side's going to be what's facing me when we put it on the car. So I'm going to do the same for the one here called LDC. I'm going to separate the backing from the sticky part of the transfer tape. Put the transfer tape completely on top of my project. And in this case, the only piece that we really need to worry about is this letter D. So let me just burnish that one spot really good. And then we can start peeling it away. So this is the part that's going to stick to my cooler. This is the part I'm going to look at when I'm putting it on my cooler. And then to save it, all I do is, now that I know my letters are on here really well, I'm just lightly going to press that glossy side right back onto my design so that it doesn't get dirty in the process of taking it from here over to my cooler. If you purchase this product, don't take the backing off until you are ready to apply it to your item.
Just take some rubbing alcohol and clean the back glass of my car.
and I remove the backing and I attach the decal flush onto that clean piece of glass. And then I slowly remove the transfer tape by pulling it off at a 45-degree angle. I use the same piece of transfer tape for my last name, and I apply my last name to it and then rub it down really well, and again pull at a 45-degree angle. This one is for the cooler. I'm just taking the back off and burnishing it really strong, and again 45-degree angle to take off that transfer tape. And I'm using the same piece of transfer tape to adhere my last name by overlapping it slightly, and then the other piece just goes onto the cooler. So this vinyl that I used in today's project again is from Arteza. My affiliate link for them is linked below. It works very well for exterior and interior projects. It's a permanent vinyl that can be removed without residue. It's only 57 cents a sheet with free shipping. So feel free to check them out below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one.